name is Selena, and I'm going to do a book haul. So I'm going to share with you some books that I got in the month of March, and yeah, so some books were given to me, some books I bought. A lot of things were on bargain, so I had a really great time buying books this month. So the books that I bought, let's start there. I picked up hardcover copy of Jasper Ford's One of Our Thursdays Are Missing because I have, I believe, all the other books in the series except for this one, and I'm hoping to continue in this series. This is part of the Thursday Next series written by Jasper Ford. Thursday Next is a detective, but she is a literary detective, and this takes place in kind of like an alternate Earth, or an alternate reality. And also what is kind of fun about this alternate world is that some people have the ability to actually go into the book world, where the characters in books mingle and interact and kind of have a world and culture and politics and stuff all their own. So Thursday Next is one of those characters, and she is in the real world as well as the book world. Great stories, great fun, a lot of good British humor. If you're into that sort of thing, I would recommend this book. The British author, Roald Dahl, and this was on sale at Barnes & Noble, so I got One of Our Thursdays Is Missing from Barnes & Noble, and I got this one from Barnes & Noble, bargain, and it is entitled More About Boy. And so these are more tales from his childhood. He wrote a biography called Boy that's pretty popular. A lot of people read it in middle school. So these are just more stories, and there's like pictures and just more cool things about Roald Dahl that I think I would totally get into. And I love the pictures. I love these drawings. I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited to get a chance to get into this book. The last book that I bought in this month is a hardcover bargain edition of Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Now, I bought this home and I showed my mom the book that I bought, and she was like, "Oh, Laini Taylor, I've heard of her before." Now, my mom works in a school, but I mean the fact that she, when I pulled up the book, automatically knew the book, I think this is going to be a good read. Everyone has been talking about this series now, that, especially now that it's completed, and has been picked up for a movie, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure by whom, so I need to jump on this and get into it very quickly. But everything that I've heard about this series has been awesome, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I just love the cover. This is a little bit worn. There's like some, damage to the dust jacket, but I think for $4.99 I can deal. Now for the books that were given to me. A friend and I were in Barnes & Noble just talking about things, and we're actually doing a writing project together. We were talking about that, and then we started talking about fantasy literature because that's kind of like what we like. And he mentioned this series by Anne Bishop, The Black Jewels. I think it's a trilogy. There may be more books, but this is a trilogy. It's all 3 books in the trilogy packaged together. And yeah, he wanted me to read it, and I was like, okay, great. But then when I looked at the price, I was like, $23. I don't have $23 right now to spend. And I was getting ready to put it back on the shelf, and he just kind of grabbed it and bought it and then gave it to me. So, yay for friends. Also, the same trip with the same friend, he bought this for me. It is The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. And I was reading the premise because it sounded so interesting. Harry August is on his deathbed again. No matter what he does or the decisions he makes, when death comes, Harry always returns to where he began, a child with all the knowledge of a life he has already lived a dozen times before. Nothing ever changes, until now. As Harry nears the end of his 11th life, a little girl appears at his bedside. "I nearly missed you, Dr. August," she says. "I need to send a message." This is the story of what Harry does next, and what he did before, and how he tries to save a past he cannot change and a future he cannot allow. So that just sounded really interesting, so I'm glad I got this. And thank you so much for buying this for me. friend. I don't know if you want me to say your name on camera, so I'm not going to. That was awkward. Now, other books that were given to me, these were free. Like I said, my mom works in a school, and one of the teachers was giving away books, and my mom texted me immediately after finding out that this teacher was giving away books, and these are some of the books that he was giving away, and I've now acquired. This one, George R.R. Martin, A Dance with Dragons. I do not think this is the first one in the series, but I'm glad to have a book in the series. Maybe I'll read it. My friend, the one that bought the Black Jewels trilogy, loves the series, and he keeps trying to get me to read it, and I'm going to eventually. It's so big. Then I got a couple of books on castles. I got this one here and this one here. Non-fiction reading about castles in England and medieval times and all that fun stuff that intrigues me but maybe bores other people. So this one is nicely old and tattered, which I love, and it says Castles, an Introduction to the Castles of England and Wales. And this one is Castles, Their Construction and History. So this looks like fun reading for me, and I do plan on traveling to England in the winter, so hopefully this will give me some ideas of what I want to see when I go back to England. The same teacher also was giving away a copy of Dante's Inferno, and this is a verse translation by Robert Hollander and Jane Hollander. So Dante's Inferno is basically a man's descent into hell and talking about all the different ways that people are being punished for their various crimes while they lived. I've never really read this fully. I've read excerpts. I've read excerpts while in school, but so now if I want to read it, I can. And so the last two books that I got are two Heather Graham books here, upside down. My bad. These two Heather Graham books here, The Awakening and Deep Midnight. I've never read any Heather Graham books, but a coworker has lent these two to me because I lent her Mur Lafferty's Shambling Guides to New York City, which is like a paranormal take on urban fantasy kind of thing. And so she lent me these and said that it might be something that I would like. So, yeah, I'm going to try to give one of them a go, if not both. There you go, books I got in the month of May. Let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you're interested in talking about any of these books. So, yeah. Bye!